Well, hi. Today is Wednesday, June 18th, 2025. I'm Todd Studer, and this is Morning Coffee. I have been watching the weather and looking at some of the rain that's coming in, and we are just so dry around here that we can use all we can get. I can do without the severe weather. And if you have not watched the Local Roots show for today, and by the way, if you're seeing this right when it's released, Local Roots comes out at 8 a.m. But on the Local Roots show, we have insurance agent Travis Castle, and he is talking about some of the changes that are going on, and also talks about the frequency of storms. Are we actually getting any more? Well, leave the politics out of it, leave climate change out of it. He looks strictly from the stats of how many claims have been made over the past decade, 2 decades, 3 decades, and the frequency and the amount of those claims. So I would encourage you to watch that show. Today on Morning Coffee, we're going to visit with Rick Graybill from FoxCo Fabrication, learn a little bit more about what he is up to and some of the different projects they're working on. And we're going to do our best to stay on topic. I don't always pull that off with Rick, but it's a great conversation that's coming up very, very shortly. If you're navigating the healthcare system, you know it can be challenging, frustrating, and time-consuming for you and your family. That's where My Nurse Healthcare in Council Bluffs steps in. Nurse advocates provide one-on-one guidance and support every step of the way. With a dedicated nurse by your side, you'll get the right care from the right provider at the right time. Visit mynursehealthcare.com. Let them take the stress out of healthcare. Just Too Creative can help you build your business with website design, search engine optimization, content creation, marketing, everything you need to take your company to the next level. Sue Pitts has a passion for small businesses, helping them thrive in a digital world. And a great starting point is visiting her website, justsuecreative.com. Schedule a free consultation. It's easy. Click on that free consultation button and you are right on your way. And technology should work for you, not against you. At ThinkSpace IT, they provide expert IT solutions to keep your business running smoothly and securely. From cybersecurity and cloud services to network management and tech support, they simplify IT so you can focus on what matters most. Stay protected, stay connected, stay ahead. Visit ThinkSpaceIT.com. Back with us this morning, it is Rick Graybill, FoxCo Fabrication. Appreciate you getting the memo on wearing black today.
Yeah, it just felt right.
Look for some of the hottest days of the year and put on black.
There's no text exchange before this. What are you wearing?
that would just be kind of weird. That's taken our friendship to a different kind of level that, I like you and all.
Yeah.
What's the latest over at FoxCo Fabrication? What have you guys been working on?
Just staying busy, just trying to stay busy. A lot of laser engraving lately, so that's been nice. I've told you 1,000 times, I like to switch it up. I can't stay on one thing too long, so.
Right.
So yeah, laser right now, and then start pumping out some more signs and probably a couple benches, like heavy duty shop benches on casters we'll build and see what the market is for those. It seems to be pretty good, so.
I would think so. I mean, you're talking about a big heavy metal bench, right?
Oh yeah, it's like what's down at the shop, like mine, but a little bit shorter. I built mine so tall because I'm tall and I hate being hunched over to, you just longevity. You can't keep it up for too long. So if I'm welding here, I can stay there a lot longer.
That's a good point. It's also that brings up a marketing idea that you can make them custom height.
Oh yeah, I'll make whatever you want.
So however is comfortable for you or the client. I mean, that you don't have to just settle for, okay, here's what the local big box store is selling, and that's the height it is.
Yeah.
You can make it whatever height you want it to be.
Yep, 100%. Yeah, and the thickness of the top, do you want the jig set up? So it's just got a bunch of holes in it, so when you're bending steel, there's the pegs you set in. But yeah, we can do whatever. So I think we're gonna dabble in that for a while, and if they don't sell, then we're always looking for table space down at the shop. We can never have enough.
Right.
So
do you have that? Is that shop air conditioned? I mean, we've been getting some pretty good heat lately.
No, it's insulated, so it's a lot better. Like when we were next door, and we still have that one, if you're in there during a rainstorm, it sounds like hail. So this one's insulated and heated, but it stays relatively cool with both fans going, exhaust fans. sucking the heat off that top row. It makes a difference for sure.
Well, I would think that that place would get pretty hot. I've been in there. It looks warm anyway, but
Yeah, it's an
it's
upgrade from the last place.
definitely cool. I know that something that we talk about here on the show quite a bit is that you don't like the large orders of 100 or 150 of something. So have you been getting the one-offs, or have those types of things been coming in?
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll sell, we'll try to do like 15 new just stamped out signs a year, I think is healthy for us. But no, people are pretty creative with the one-off stuff. So yeah, we stay pretty busy with those. And those are just a lot more fun, I think. It's and it shows in the work, man. When you just start hammering stuff out, it's us. That's why I don't
Oh,
work in
yeah.
corporate America anymore.
It's one of the reasons that same type of mentality is the reason I quit doing audiobooks.
Yeah,
Because if I'm just sitting here and I'm locked in and I'm reading for basically ever
yeah.
and needing to get through everything clean, it's just so monotonous
Oh, I get
that, and I personally can tell, maybe the other person can't, but by the time I get to the end of it, I'm just, let's get this over with.
it. Yep, I can imagine. Yeah, it's whenever you're forced into doing something and it's not fun anymore. It's just you just watch it take the life out of people. So I just don't want to be droning.
Are you still catching a lot of just straight welding jobs of people that need some, like a construction project or anything like that?
Yeah, we keep getting offers to do bids. Like Sam's Club when they did their remodel. Nothing Bunt Cakes was another one. I've just been kind of shooing them away for now. Um, when we get more people in the shop and we have a mobile welding rig, then that would make more sense. But it's just I think it'd be too much of a hassle right now.
Now that brings up a question too. That when you say you get more people in the shop, uh, is welding an industry that you're seeing young people coming into? Is this something that you see out there?
Yeah, yeah. I spoke at Iowa Western back in December, and that was a room full of kids that were super excited. Of course, my approach when they asked me to speak, I was like, I don't think I'm the guy you want. uh, uh, I just didn't do anything by the book. These kids are doing it the right way. But yeah, it was a room full of kids, and so I just sat down and I was like, ask away, man. I wish anybody would have given me that opportunity of I'm not here to teach you. I can't. I'm not going to draw on the chalkboard and sell you anything. What do you want to know? I'll tell you the good, the bad, the ugly. I'll tell you all the crap, the fun and the bad that comes with it.
I'm guessing a common question if you're in a situation like that is, well, gee, how much money can I make? Because that seems to be anything that I hear that with, talking into a microphone. I spoke to a group of students once on radio, and that was the first question. Well, how much money can I make?
Yeah,
Well, I get it, but if you're getting into radio to get rich, well, sorry, go be a welder.
yeah, yeah. You make a lot of money, but no, I don't. I've never put a dollar amount. I don't know. It's just I live comfortably.
Mm-hmm.
It's I. There's not anything I can't go do that I want to do. But no, you probably won't become a millionaire. It's like a shop space. You can never have enough. So as soon as you have a bigger shop, you just fill it with more crap. So the more money you make, the more you're just spending. Now the toys are a little bit more expensive. Now the house
Right.
is a little bit bigger, and all the overhead gets crazy. So that's
Yeah,
all. It's all relative.
it's not that big of a difference in life. I heard somebody once put a dollar figure on it, and it was actually lower than I would thought of. It was around 70,000 a year or something, that they said once you go past that, the
Yes.
quality of your life really isn't changing much. I mean, yeah, the toys are more expensive, but it's still home.
Yeah.
If you live in a $200,000 house, or you live in $1 million house, it's still home.
Yep. Yeah. It doesn't matter the cars or the bank account or any of that. If you're just not happy with yourself and what you're doing, if you're miserable now, $1 million ain't going to change you. You're still just going to be that miserable blank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate you PGing it up for me.
Yeah. I'm getting better. I'm getting better.
How's the social media marketing go? I know that you've been working on that. You've been putting out some videos and
Yeah.
that type of thing. What kind of response or have you been seeing or hearing from that?
Yeah, it's real steady when you put them out. Yeah, and then yeah, we're Mike and I last week. He got off early, so we met up for a couple drinks. And we were standing outside of a bar, and some guy was like, "Oh, dude, I saw your video." And I was like, "Oh, it's awesome." And like, that's great. And he's like, "No, I know Mike. That's how I saw it." And I was like, "Oh man,
Oh, geez.
I had an ego for like a tenth of a second."
Well, and he's the one that you don't let talk, right?
No, Tanner. Well, I mean, they all
Okay.
talk. But yeah, to have somebody just kind of silent throughout it, it just makes me laugh. But that Tanner hates it. So this next one, he'll speak a lot more than me, which is
Yeah.
great.
I got recognized from a video that I did, and they recognized the scarf that I was wearing,
Oh yeah,
and so then they just came over, and that folks will do that. If they see you, they think they know you, and it's just part of it. If you're going to be out there, and if you're going to be out there in public, it's just that's how it's going to be. Most of the time, it's tame. Occasionally, it gets a little creepy,
yeah.
but that's pretty rare.
I'm not on that platform yet. It's most of my buddies just going like, "I love how crappy they are. That's what makes them funny." And I was like, "Thank you. That's what I was going for." And I sincerely mean it.
Right?
I don't think they'd be funny if it was shot well or any of it was done well. But yeah, we might have another one this Friday. We'll see if I can get the boys rounded up tomorrow. Then I got like the next three lined up, ready to go.
You already have the idea in your head.
Oh yeah, I have them written out. Like they know their speaking parts and everything, and the shots. It's good to go. But Tanner called yesterday and he goes, "I'm free tomorrow and Wednesday." And then like an hour later, I sent in the group text like, "Hey, this is what I got so far," and Tanner goes, "I can't do it tomorrow." So it changes just that quick. But they both traveled for work, both dating, so it's to pull off of anything to come do a stupid video with me. It's like I know I'm down here on the priorities,
Hmm.
and rightfully so.
Well, yeah, and just kind of roll with it. Is it the other cool thing that about what you're doing, and I preach to businesses about the importance of doing this, is there's no real specific call to action there. It's not as if you've got it in there and then you hold up a mug and you say, "Oh, by the way, you can get 50 cents off of this mug." It's not like that.
No, yeah, you can obviously you want some product placement somewhere. So it was like that one where I was just holding up the signs. That was all just the new signs we just got done doing. So, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff hidden around in those videos that are just fun. So, products, whatever. But no, I'm not
Right.
doing a sales pitch on like, call now and I'll give you 20% off. I don't, no, I'm not. I don't care. I don't care if you like the video, you hate it. We're just goofing around. It just gets eyeballs on you.
Yeah, and
So,
those are the types of things. I still see those out there every once in a while, and I'm thinking, the world's changed.
yeah,
How people consume information has changed. It's not what it used to be. Back when I first got into the previous industry that I was in, that's what it was. It's not that way anymore. And people do like what we're doing here right now, recording online, what you're doing with your videos, and putting yourself out there in a way that just makes you a little more familiar to
sure.
somebody. So then, anytime that you happen to be out, should you ever go back and do a farmer's market again, there's going to be something familiar about it. And
Oh,
there's,
yeah.
oh, no, I recognize that guy.
Yeah.
And
We're now I can show you a video of the reasons why I don't like him. Now I have video documentation. No, you're right though. I
yeah.
think the more you have fun with it, and the more people see, they're more willing to engage. On like, yeah, I'm not taking any of this too seriously. No, we get it done. We do it right the first time, 100%. I'll give you the whole spiel. But there's a fun side that can be had too, and it's just a bonus that I get to do it with two of my knucklehead friends. And it's just it all works.
Well, and I'm kind of using this as a chance to preach about the stuff that I already know, but you found a reason to do this other than just how many views you happen to get on any particular video.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't give two craps about the views. It can be one, it can be 100, it can be 1,000. I don't care.
Yeah, and that's what is needed when somebody is starting to put themselves out there a little bit. You got to have a reason for doing it because it takes a while, and the first one usually does a lot better and then they die off after that. And you're dealing with a constant changing algorithm and you just have to ignore it and
Yeah.
just keep producing and just keep putting stuff out there. And that's kind of what you're doing. And the people that are successful, that's what I see them doing. They just keep pumping it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Stay consistent and just keep going. Plus, it's nice, fun marketing, I think, and it's because a lot of stuff we do, if it's personalized, we don't post it. I think that's for you to post. It's not us, especially if it's a memorial thing for a loved one. It's like I'll never do that. And we've missed out on quite a few golden opportunities to use it as a marketing piece. Like, wow, it came out amazing. I can't show anyone this. Obviously the buddies and you guys, but yeah. So
no, I get that too.
I gotta get creative.
Yeah, there's some things that once somebody has hired you to do something like that, it's theirs. Yeah. It's theirs to do with what they want to. You are the tool they're using to make that happen. And that's what I've told people before about things that I've created for them that I would like to be able to use it. We both know Travis Waldstein and his podcast, Circle of Trades. I still ask him every time before I ever use a clip from his podcast because it's his. And he said, of course, you can use that. I said, yeah, but I'm going to ask you every time.
Yeah.
Because it's not mine. And it's just a respectful thing.
Sure.
That goes along with that.
100% agree.
So that's about all we got for today. And this is, kind of like types of stuff that you and I talk about, that it's not always about some specific call to action when it comes to this. I'm, very seldom in my, if I'm going to talk to somebody about sponsorship on the show, we're having a face-to-face conversation.
Oh yeah.
We're not putting it out that way, but that's just my approach.
Yeah.
So
well, you got to do it. That still goes a long way. The phone calls and the emails. How many phone calls I fielded in the last month about people? I'm like, I drove by your shop. How's the security? I'm like, well, you didn't see all the cameras. Let me guess. You work for a security company. As a matter of fact, I do, Rick.
Right.
You got 10, 15 minutes? I don't. I do for literally anyone but you. Like, I hate you for this.
Yeah, that's another reason why. And I've had people tell me this, that, a no is just another opportunity to get a yes. No, it's not.
No, leave me alone.
It's not. Yeah, a no is a no. Yeah. And if I don't respect you enough that that's the case, then why would you trust me enough to ever do business with me?
Sure.
I'm not saying never have another conversation again, but you cannot just browbeat somebody into submission. If I had the ability to do that, then chances are that's not going to be a long-term client.
Yeah. Because that's what they got out of corporate sales. That's how all this got started, was they wanted you to go in and hound people. And, they didn't buy light bulbs this week. What are they doing about their air filter systems? And then, okay, your quota is, we'll say 30 grand. Well, next quarter, how are you going to get them to spend 40 grand? And it's like, I'm not going to go in and push any of your crap product. If they trust us and they want it, and they'll go, I just like him, I'll buy it from him. I know, because I used to be the purchaser.
Right. I've had people tell me that same thing, that, back when I was doing radio, that they didn't buy, advertising from me because they liked the radio station. They bought it because they liked me and we had a relationship and they wanted to encourage that. And that spoke a lot to me.
Yeah.
That it's not, this whole got to be tenacious kind of thing. No, I don't. Sure. I'm sure that there's some people that are successful at doing that, but that's not me.
Yeah.
I'm never going to do it that way. And I've never seen you do that. I've seen people come up and talk to you, and you are looking for a reason to end the conversation. And if that, if there's some doubt in their mind, then to me, it looks like you don't really want to do the project.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to keep it short and sweet. I like factual statements. Now, don't get me wrong. If we hit it off, yeah, I'll sit there and I'll chat you up all day long. But I mean, to answer just the questions that you probably should have came to the table with, like, I'm not your guy. Yeah, it's just you should have a good concept, a decent. I'm not asking you for the gauge of steel or do you want to do aluminum. I'm not getting into the nitty gritty. I'll come to you with that once. But do you think you could design? And it's for my grandpa. It's like, great. Can you tell me about him? He was a great grandpa. Cool. Do you want a sign that says great grandpa? Like,
Right.
why are you doing this to me right now? I didn't know him. You have to speak to me.
Right.
Tell me a story. Give me a timeline or just your connection with him. And then I have something to go off of and I can come back at you. But yeah, there's some people just they give you nothing and it's like this can be a short-lived relationship.
Exactly why I like working with you. I never wonder where I stand with you.
Yeah, it's a disease, I think. But it can't cut the crap. Let's just be honest with each other.
Right.
I don't like the BSing.
Makes sense. Makes sense. FoxCoFab.com is the website. Check out some of the signs that they've already made and see if it doesn't inspire you to come up with an idea of your own. And like I said, I know that you love the new projects. So if somebody's got a crazy idea, those are the calls you want.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll take it. Probably. Not always. If you're crazy, you're something. No, I'm just kidding.
All right. Rick Graybill, thank you much, sir. We'll let you go.
Thank you.
Service Master Restore by Schmader knows it can be hard to get back to normal when you've suffered serious property damage due to flooding, fire, or smoke. You may also be left with all sorts of questions about how to get your home or business back to normal. Service Master Restore by Schmader will restore your space by offering quality commercial and residential restoration services in Council Bluffs and the surrounding area. That's Service Master Restore by Schmader. And if you have a leak, a clogged drain, or planning a big remodel, Waldstein Plumbing in Council Bluffs has you covered. With fast, reliable service and expert craftsmanship, they handle everything from small repairs to major installations. They're locally owned and trusted and take pride in doing the job right the first time. Visit waldsteinplumbing.com, learn more, and set up your free estimate. That's going to wrap things up on the show today. Thank you so much for being a part of it. And thank you to Rick Graybill for joining me as a guest. Got a lot more great shows still coming up this week, and I'm looking forward to it. My name is Todd Studer. We'll see you back here again tomorrow morning.